everyone, this is Jyotsna Tiwari and welcome to today's daily current affairs session. So here we will discuss guys each and everything which is important for your upcoming exam. So let's have a look that which type of question will rise in your exam and how many type of current affairs coming in your exam. Okay. So let's have a look and here are today's first news of today's session. So first of all, let me change my pen color, then we will discuss each and everything in details. Okay guys. So here is the okay. So here is the first news of today's session and the news is RBI has prepared new regulation for umbrella organization for retail payments. Okay. So here we talk about retail payments. Okay. So let's have a look that RBI. We talk about RBI has prepared new regulations. Umbrella organization for retail payments. So what is retail payments? Let's discuss about it. Okay. So according to the RBI, the responsibility to install, manage and operate the new payment system. According to RBI, the responsibility of install, manage and operate the new payment system in the retail space will be entrusted the National Payment Corporation of India, that means NPCI, in the same way. Okay. So the RBI guidelines states that such a unit should have a minimum paid up capital of rupees 500 crore. As per the Companies Act 2013, the unit will be registered for profit or under Section 8 company. Okay. So what is the Companies Act 2013? So let's have a look that it is an act of Parliament of India to regulate the incorporation responsibilities, directors, dissolution of a company. Okay. It has 29 chapters with 470 volumes. Section 8, the company is registered for charitable for non-profit purpose. Please remember, for non-profit purpose. Okay. Next one is National Payment Corporation of India is non-profit organization registered under the Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. It is the umbrella organization that looks after the case of retail payment and settlement system in India. Okay. So these are the key points which is important for this about this particular news. So let's have a look that which type of question will rise in your exam. So first question which will definitely rise in your exam, and the question is that recently RBI has approved new regulation for which organization for retail payments. Then your answer will be umbrella organization. Okay. Second question next question which will definitely rise in your exam, and the question is that recently the RBI guidelines state that such as until should have minimum paid up capital of rupees how many crore. Then your answer will be rupees 500 crore. Don't forget it. Next one is as per the which act the unit be registered for profit under the Section 8 company. Then your answer will be Company Act 2013. Your answer will be Company Act 2013. Okay. It is an act of the Parliament of India to regulate the incorporation responsibilities. Director discussion on how many chapters? So 29 chapters, 470 volumes. Section 8, the company registered charitable or non-profit purpose. Okay. And NPCI abbreviation is very important for your upcoming exam. So please don't forget that NPCI abbreviation is National Payment Corporation of India. What is the abbreviation of this? Is National Payment Corporation of India. Okay, I hope you will understand each and everything in details. Guys, if you have any question, then you can ask me in the comment box. Okay. So let's have a look the second news of today's session, and the news is that IIT Madras ranked first in the Atal ranking of institution of innovation achievement. Please don't forget it that recently IIT Madras ranked first. Okay. In which so Atal banking regulation, Atal ranking for of institutions or on innovation achievement. Okay. So let's have a look and discuss some important points regarding this news. So first point is Vice President of India M. Venkaiah Naidu announced the Atal ranking of the innovation achievement 2020, in fact of 18th August 2020. Okay, so the ERA classified the institutions into two board categories and six subcategories. Okay, two boards categories and six subcategories. So let's have discuss about the winners, who was became the winner in this particular innovation achievement. Okay, so IIT Madras ranked first in the list of institution of national importance, central universities and centrally funded technical institutions. College of Engineering, Pune under the government and the government aided colleges. Okay. Next one is Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, Bhubaneswar under the private self-financed universities. Warangal under SR Engineering College, private self-financed colleges. Avinisi game emerged as a top performer under the Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women Higher Educational Institute only. Okay, so guys, already we discussed each and every point which is important for your upcoming exam. So let's have a look some questions regarding this exam which will definitely rise your exam regarding this particular news. And the first question which will rise on your exam, that recently which college is at Atal ranking of institution on innovation achievement? Which college ranked is first in the Atal ranking of institutions on innovation achievement? Then your answer will be IIT Madras, guys. Your answer will be what? So then your answer will be IIT Madras. Okay. Second one is Vice President of M. Venkaiah Naidu, who announced the Atal Ranking Innovation Achievement. Then your answer will be Vice President of India M. Venkaiah Naidu achievement. Okay, he announced the on which date? So on 18th August 2020 he announced it. Okay, two broad categories and six subcategories. This award is distributed in how many categories? So two broad categories and six subcategories. Okay, I hope you'll understand each and everything in details. Then next one is IIT Madras ranked first. Please remember this line. IIT Madras is ranked first. College of Engineering Pune under the government of government aided college won the award. Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology Bhubaneswar under private or self-financed universities awarded. Okay, and remaining are two. Okay, I hope you'll understand each and everything in details, guys. So if you have any doubts, so you can ask me in the comment box. Okay, so I hope let's discuss some important points and let's have a look. So here are the today's third news of today's session, and the news is recently Satyapal Malik was appointed the governor of Meghalaya. Okay, don't forget it. That recently Satyapal Malik, we talk about Satyapal Malik, was appointed as the governor of Meghalaya. Which state? So governor of Meghalaya. So let's have a look that recently Satyapal Malik took charge as the governor of Meghalaya on 18th August 2020. He replaces the Tathagat Roy, who completed his okay, who completed his 5-year term as a gubernatorial. Satyapal Malik, who is currently serving as the governor of Goa, was transferred and appointed as the governor of Meghalaya. Okay, remember this. So the governor of Maharashtra, Bhagat Singh Koshyari, has been asked to discharge the function of the governor of Goa in addition of his own duties. Okay, I hope you will understand. So here we talk about that Satyapal Malik firstly was former governor of the Goa. Recently, the governor of Maharashtra, who is Bhagat Singh Koshyari, has been asked to discharge the function of the actually additional charge of governor of Goa. Okay, additional duty or additional charge of governor of Goa. Okay, so I hope you will understand each and every point. So let's discuss about Satyapal Malik, that who was Satyapal Malik and about him. Okay, so Satyapal Malik started his political career at the University of Meerut as a student leader. Okay, in 1974, he became the Bharatiya Kranti Dal MLA from Charan Singh from Bhagat in Uttar Pradesh. Sorry, from Bagpat in Uttar Pradesh. In 1984, he joined the Congress and became the Rajya Sabha MP. Okay. In 1988, he moved to the Janata Dal led by VP Singh and became the MP from Aligarh. Okay. In 2004, Malik joined the BJP. He is the first career politician to be appointed as the governor of Jammu and Kashmir in 51 years after Karan Singh, whose term ended in 1967. He is the current governor of Jammu and Kashmir. He was given additional charge of acting as the governor of Odisha until the 28th May 2018. Okay, so I hope you'll understand each and every point regarding this particular news. So let's have a look that which type of question will rise in your exam regarding this news. So first question which will definitely rise in your exam, and the question is that recently Satyapal Malik was appointed as the governor of which state? Then your answer will be Meghalaya. Your answer will be Meghalaya. Former governor of which state? Then your answer will be Goa. Okay, former governor of Goa and recently in the Meghalaya. Transferred as appointed as Meghalaya. So on which date he was appointed as the governor of Meghalaya? Then your answer will be 18th August 2020. Okay, I hope you will understand. So recently when he already left the governor of Goa. So currently who is the governor of Goa? Then your answer will be governor of Maharashtra, Bhagat Singh Kochiyari. He was asked to discharge the additional function of governor of Goa. Okay, or we already discussed each and every point regarding Satyapal Malik. Okay, regarding this news and about the Satyapal Malik. Okay, so I hope you'll understand each and everything in details. Okay, so guys, if you have any question, if you will raise any question in your mind, then you can ask me in the comment box. Okay, so here are the next news of today's session, and the news is recently BRO constructed Bailey Bridge in Uttarakhand. Okay, so recently we talk about BRO who constructed Bailey Bridge. Bailey Bridge, please remember the name Bailey Bridge in Uttarakhand. Okay, guys. So Border Roads Organization. Here we talk about Border Roads Organization constructed the BRO. This is the abbreviation of the BRO. Okay. So Border Roads Organization constructed as 180-50 Bailey Bridge in the Jaulibi sector of Pithoragarh district in Uttarakhand. Okay. It was constructed amidst frequent landslide and heavy rains. Okay. So what is Bailey Bridge? So let's have a look that Bailey Bridge is of a 50-meter span. The concentrate bridge was completely washed away on 27th July 2020 due to flooding. The BRO mobilized and installed resources to build the bridge. Okay. The bridge will meet the biggest challenge of transport from Pithoragarh to the site amidst frequent landslide and heavy rains. Okay. The bridge was successfully constructed on August 16, 2020. The connectivity is expected to provide relief to around 15,000 people from 20 villages. Okay. So this constructed bridge allows to 66 kilometer of road communication from Jaujli Libi to Munsiari. Okay. So these are the important point which is important for your upcoming exam. So let's have a look at which type of question will rise in your exam regarding this news. So question is that recently Border Roads Organization constructed a Bailey Bridge in which state? Then your answer will be Uttarakhand. Second question will be recently BRO constructed in Uttarakhand. Which bridge in Uttarakhand? Then your answer will be Bailey Bridge. What is the height of this bridge? Is 180 feet Bailey Bridge in which city? Then your answer will be Jaulijbi sector in Pithoragarh. Okay, this is the district of Uttarakhand. Okay, then Bailey Bridge is 50-meter span, also completely washed away from 27 July 2020 due to flooding. Okay, so these are the important point which is like important for your upcoming exam. Please remember each and every point, guys. And here are around 15,000 people from the 20 villages who are already here. Okay, so let's have a look for last news of today's session, and the news is Final approval for renaming Manduadi railway station as Banaras. Okay. So the Union Home Ministry requested to name of Manduadi railway station, which is located in Uttar Pradesh, be renamed as Banaras railway station. Okay, Manduadi railway station as Banaras railway station by the government of Uttar Pradesh. Okay. So option is no objection is certificate from the UP government for change of the name. Diesel locomotive works is located near Manduadi station, which is 4 kilometers from Varanasi Kent station. Okay. What is the procedure to change the name of station? So first the state government sends a proposal to the Ministry of Home Affairs to change the names. The Ministry of Home Affairs then advises about the cases as per the guidelines of the agencies concerned. The Ministry of Home Affairs give the approval for after obtaining to no objection certificate from the Ministry of the Railways. Okay, station's last name change. So the name of the station, namely. So here we talk about that which station's name is already changed. So the name of the station, namely Allahabad Junction, Allahabad City, Allahabad Chowki, Prayag Ghat have been changed as Prayagraj Junction. Prayagraj Rambagh and Prayagraj Chowki. Means Allahabad Junction is replaced with Prayagraj Junction, Allahabad City is replaced with Prayagraj Rambagh, and Allahabad Chowki is replaced with Prayagraj Chowki. Prayagraj Sangam respectively. Mughal Sarai Junction was renamed as Deen Dayal Upadhyay Junction. Okay. So I hope you'll understand each and everything in details, guys. Okay, we already discussed each and everything in details. So which question will rise in your exam? So question which will be rise in your exam is recently Manduadi railway station is renamed as which name? Then your answer will be Banaras railway station. Okay. So that's enough for your upcoming exam. Okay. So guys, that's all for today's session. Here you can see the screenshot on your screen. Okay, on your here. So if you want to give the quizzes on daily basis, guys, here you can see the quiz of current affairs. So if you want to give the quiz on daily basis, so for that you will have to go to the Google Play Store, download the entry app now and register yourself, register your email ID in that particular platform and give the quiz on daily basis, and where you can see your you can basically you can analyze yourself that where are you stand right now, and according to that you can boost your preparation. Also you can visit our YouTube channel Banking 2.0 and subscribe the channel, and don't forget to tap the bell icon. Okay guys, so that's all for today's session. Please don't forget to like, comment and share this session as much as you can, guys. Okay, so please like and comments, and also share this session with your friends, colleague, relative, whomever you are studying right now. Also you can share this session on Telegram, WhatsApp and Facebook group of you wherever you are available right now. Okay, so thank you so much for today's session. Have a nice day.